Well, guys, my room has a spinny chair. This is going to be a problem. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, as you can tell, I am not in the Freedom Office. I am actually in South Carolina to attend the Palmetto State Armory The Gathering event. Now, if you guys happen to be there this weekend, don't hesitate to say hey so I can put a name, I can put a face to some of the comments that I'm seeing on there. I'd love to say hey to you guys if you see me. But just because the background is different, that does not mean our mission, our quality, and our content changes, because I've got some good stuff for you tonight. It turns out that Sam Licardo in San Jose, the guy who mandated gun owners insurance, is running into a few unforeseen issues that he didn't expect. Who would have thought that it would be unconstitutional and you'd get sued from gun groups, but it would also be considered a tax and be sued by taxpayer groups? I cannot wait to show you guys this. Everything is linked in the description box below. I'm going to do a quick read from our sponsor, SDI, which made this video possible. And I'm going to show you every little hiccup and bump in the road they're doing because we knew this was going to happen, and I can't wait to share it with you. All right, so have you ever thought about making a living in the firearms industry? If you enjoy gun repair, ballistics, and learning about firearms, Sonoran Desert Institute might just be a good fit for you. To find out more about SDI, visit sdi.edu in the link in the description box below. And thank you so much to SDI to making these videos this week possible. All right, guys, we are going to dive into this because Sam Licardo, the man celeb of the leftist gun world, he's the guy who put the gun mandate insurance in place in California. Well, he's got some more hiccups, but not from where he expected. So check this out. Not only is it unconstitutional, which we know, turns out that you can't really put a tax on people and hand it to a nonprofit organization and not have some problems. Let's dive in. Controversial San Jose gun insurance law faces another legal challenge. Taxpayer organizations are pushing back at the law's fee requirement. Well, that's weird. Let's dive in. I want to hear more. A first-of-its-kind law. They love saying that part, don't they? A first-of-its-kind law requiring gun owners to insure their firearms is facing yet another legal challenge, this time from one of the state's largest taxpayer organizations. Well, I wonder why they would be, because this is just a fee, right? Now, the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, along with the Silicon Valley Public Accountability Foundation, the Silicon Valley Taxpayers Association, and residents James Barry and George Arrington are following suit. The fiscal oversight organizations filed their lawsuit in Santa Clara County Superior Court last week. It was delivered today. So what are taxpayer oversight companies or organizations doing? Check this out. While the Harvard Jarvis Taxpayers Association usually isn't embattled in debates over gun rights, Tom Biddle, the group's director of legal affairs, said they step in, quote, anytime government tells citizens they have to part with their money. Well, I got a lot more scenarios that we need to talk about, Tom. But anyway, let's just focus to this one. Quote, our interest is not in the right to own guns, Biddle said. Quote, but we're very concerned about the potential precedent that could be set by this unusual requirement that gun owners pay a fee to a private non-profit organization, which then has control over how the revenue of the fee gets spent. They actually passed this ordinance. When this first passed, we were talking, you and I, about how this is going to fail because it's such a cluster. All right, let's keep going because they are getting, I love when they get resistance where they aren't expecting. In the complaint, the organizations argue the fee actually is a tax. Taxing a constitutional right? That doesn't sound good. Which requires 2/3 voter approval by the California Constitution. Ooh, unconstitutional at state level. They also allege that it violates free speech rights since gun owners are required to pay a fee to a nonprofit and, quote, fund their message against their will. Could this be slapped around anymore? I don't think so. Let's keep going. I got two more things for you. One, maybe two. In response to the newly filed lawsuit, Mayor Sam Licardo said in a statement, quote, no good deed goes unlitigated. Translation, well, I didn't see this coming. Because you're unconstitutional. This is where you run into the hard less virtue signaling, meeting constitutionality and actual laws and accountability. Well, we tried to do something and you do a good deed and it can't be not litigated, or it's unconstitutional and you knew that, but you superseded that. And now you're facing the consequences. It's this one. All right. And now, this is an interesting little part of this little article as well. George Moxery, a law professor at the University of Wyoming and Second Amendment expert, believes the San Jose law may be on shaky legal ground. You think? Both from a constitutional and insurance standpoint. So you're batting over too right now, Sammy. Quote, They're charging a fee to exercise a constitutional right, and the people they're making pay for it are not causing the harm, he said. Exactly what every gun advocate is saying. Moxeri said several cities have tried to pass similar laws in the past, but have been unsuccessful in navigating legal waters. That's because it's dreadfully unconstitutional. It's just strange law, and it's a strange way to attempt to combat gun violence, he said. This is what happens, guys. This is why we fight. This is why we keep our heads, why we keep our cool, and we basically soldier on. The more virtue signaling laws that they pass, the more virtue signaling ordinances they pass, they mandate things. It always falls short because of this pesky little constitution that's always there to slap them when they get out of bounds. We're going to stay the course. I'm going to keep you updated on this. Make sure you subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will see you tomorrow on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden. See you later.